Hey everybody, I'm Delicia and thanks for tuning into the Cigar Vixen channel. Today I'm very excited to be lighting up this beautiful Team Lancero. This is the Tabernacle made by Foundation Cigar Company, master blended by Mr. Nick Melillo. And before we get into this actual cigar, I want to give you a little bit of some brief history on the actual name and what's in the cigar that we're about to light up. So taking a closer look at the beautiful cigar and the band itself, we'll kind of start there. So the image that you see of this gentleman by the name of Haile Selassie, hopefully I don't butcher the name, he was the 225th king of Abyssinia, and his lineage actually traces back to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. And of course, tabernacle itself refers to the container for the Ark of the Covenant. So very cool biblical reference. I was super excited when I saw this. It was just something very unique. I hadn't seen anything like it. And I like that idea of pulling, again, the biblical history and just something kind of unique. There's a storyline. It gets you interested on it. So really, really cool. And of course, taking a better look at the actual cigar itself and the blend. So you're looking at this beautiful, dark, chocolatey, suede-like Connecticut broadleaf, beautiful wrapper, lots of flavor. Right underneath that, it has a Mexican San Andres binder. And then inside of that, you have a nice combination of some beautiful Nicaraguan tobacco, and not just any Nicaraguan tobacco, but AJ Fernandez grown Nicaraguan tobacco. So really a treat there. I didn't actually realize that that was what was going on with the cigar until I looked into it a little bit more. So that was kind of cool to read about that. So AJ's doing some great stuff out on his farm, and it was nice to see that combination. Anyways, there's also some tobacco from the Camastron region of Honduras. So a lot of good flavor going on. I feel like this cigar is kind of like a tribute to like Maduro lovers worldwide, because if you're a Maduro person, you have to smoke this cigar. And even if you're not a Maduro person, like, don't be afraid of it. Just because it's dark doesn't mean it's going to be overpowering. Maduros are like, I don't know, for me, they're my favorite. I mean, I absolutely love it. And when I smoked this one, I was just like, yes. I mean, the flavors are incredible. So spoiler alert, it's a great cigar, but let's go ahead and just get into it, shall we? So gonna go ahead and get it cut up. As I mentioned, it's a beautiful Lancero. It does come in 5 other sizes, all the way from a Toro, Toro, Robusto, Corona, double Corona, and what did I miss? There's a 5th one in there. Let's see, Torpedo, duh. So the Torpedo as well, and then of course this gorgeous Lancero, which again, I think all cigars should be made in this size. I just feel like it's such a treat to smoke one. Let's go ahead and just light it up. And as I mentioned, it's blended by Nick Melillo. If you guys are not familiar with this guy, I don't know where you've been hiding, but I encourage you to read about him, follow him on Instagram. He's a really, really cool person. Somebody that when I first got into the industry, I mean, I'm talking, I think I didn't even have 30 full days from launching the Cigar Vix and stuff, and I had the opportunity to meet Nick by chance, and it was just, since then, he's such a cool guy, and I've learned a lot from him. So again, just a really neat person. And when you don't even finish the full puff and it's already like, oh, this is good. Okay, so I beat a dead horse into the ground when I talk about how it has the welcoming aroma. This is like the definition of the welcoming aroma. It just has that. As soon as just toasting it, you just get this beautiful, rich, almost like a chestnut, cedar, little bit of earthy in the background. Really, really nice on the aroma. And then, you take your first couple puffs. There's a hint of a cocoa. There's you still have that cedar. There's a little bit of a toasted nut, and then in the background you get a nice little bit of pepper that you feel like it's gonna probably start to creep up. You can feel it like towards the back of the throat a little bit, and definitely on the retrohale you pick up like a black pepper. Not overpowering, but it's there. It's definitely like waving at you, like, hey, I'm here for the party kind of a thing. But really nice combination of just, again, those nice traditional Maduro, sweet, not getting the coffee yet, but again, sweet, earthy, has a little bit of the cedar, roasted nut, and a little hint of that pepper coming through. But as I mentioned, it's a great cigar. So I'm going to take my time with this one, and I'm going to check back in with you for the second, third, and talk to you about the different flavors that come in. So back for the second, third on the Tabernacle, beautiful Lancero. Construction is on point. I mean, the ash is holding on as well as can be expected for a Lancero. It's really tight, not tight on the draw, tight on that actual ash. Beautiful burn line. Again, just a nicely constructed cigar. Flavor-wise, getting some different stuff going on. So there's been a nice velvety dark chocolate kind of coming through. At this point, the black pepper that was there is kind of competing with the cinnamon now. So you get a little bit of both on that spice element. It's also stepped up a notch on the strength. So it's gone from starting out kind of medium to now at this, getting into the second, third, it's kind of getting more on the medium to full side. So definitely has some power to it, but it's good. It's definitely has like some beautiful flavor notes. I'm also getting a little bit of a kind of a dried plum. So that's been an interesting little element in there, as well as a coffee, but the coffee reminds me of kind of a Sumatra bean. It just has a different type of flavor to it. So very nice, really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm taking my time smoking this baby, and I'll be back for the final third to let you know what types of flavors I get from it. So coming back for the final third on the Tabernacle, as you can see, the construction is still incredible. Burn line is perfect. This ash is gorgeous. And the construction is really just shown through, especially in this particular size, because it's a harder size to work with, to really create a good Lancero and have a nice straw, not have to constantly be relighting it. This one I haven't had to relight, which I'm super stoked about it. Every time that I've smoked it, it's been the same type of experience as far as that construction is concerned. Really, really nice on the flavors. Hats off to Nick, because he's using, again, this Connecticut broadleaf, which isn't the easiest leaf to work with for a lot of different reasons, but especially to create that beautiful blend that you get in that nice combination of flavors. He's really mastered it on this one. As I mentioned earlier, it's kind of like the Maduro lover's dream cigar. It just really has a great selection of flavors on it. Everything, again, from the cocos, those coffee notes. It has a little bit of the earthiness to it from that San Andreas, that sweetness. At this point, there's been a little bit of an anise addition to it. And that cedar that I was getting in the beginning has turned into more of kind of like, almost like a charred oak. I kind of get that element to it. The strength has continued to progress a little bit, so it's kind of at that full on the strength as well as the body for sure. It definitely has a lot of different transitions. It keeps you interested. I mean, you're smoking it, you get a lot of great flavors. It's just a really, really nice cigar. And I touched briefly in the very beginning on meeting Nick, and I kind of got interrupted when I started smoking the cigar, but I couldn't be happier for him to see how well his brand is doing. I mean, he launched the Foundation cigars in 2015, and they debuted with the El Huehuense, which I've smoked a few times. You guys have probably seen it on my top 5. I've done a review of it. It's a great smoke, but this one is really a profile that I really, really enjoy. Again, just great flavors throughout the entire stick. So highly encourage you guys to try it out. It's just really a great demonstration of somebody who's making tobacco because they love it. I mean, he really has a passion. He's, in fact, somebody that, I will bug him when I don't know something, and he's just extremely knowledgeable. And again, it's great to see somebody like that making tobacco, making cigars, because he just has that knowledge and that passion, and it shows up in the cigars. So they really speak for themselves. So I encourage you guys to check it out. Again, you can find out where to get the cigar right on their website. And you can also follow Nick and the company on social media, kind of see some cool stuff that's going on, where he's doing events and whatnot, and really learn a little bit more about his entire portfolio of cigars. So all in all, wonderful cigar. Highly recommend that you guys try it. Again, available in 6 different sizes for you guys to choose from. And I'd love to hear your feedback if you've smoked this cigar before, if you're going to go get it, or whatever your thought process is on the particular stick. Always appreciate the comments. And thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.